4th, 2025. This is Information Security Now. Information Security Now is a live stream about information security, about technology, about breaches, about operations and supply chains that break, or softwares that break, or really anything that breaks as a result of technological distribution of information. And that's where we're at now. A lot of times within history, you've had information being a central pillar to operations. But now a lot of that goes through technology, and we have information technology, which was a rapidly rising field for the last 50 or so years, and has certainly grown and looks like it's still projecting forward with various systems and with operational integration in these information technology tools. And so we'll start off with one hack. Japan is facing a shortage of acai products, including beer and bottled tea, as the drink giant grapples with the impact of a major cyber attack that has affected its operations. So, caused a system failure affecting the company's shipping and customer service operations. No confirmed leakage of personal information of customer data, and its European operations, including United Kingdom, were not affected. Shipment operations, order operations, and customer service operations in Japan have been suspended. They're the biggest brewer in Japan and also owns global beer brands like Peroni, Pilsner, Urquell, and Grolsch, and Fuller's in the UK, which is brewed in West London. Asahi apologized to its customers and business partners. Asahi is surely in the US the most popular Japanese beer. Sapporo is another big beer here. The system failure is limited to our operations within Japan, actively investigating the cause and working to restore operations. It assessed that an attack could potentially lead to an interruption of its business, create cash flow issues, and damage its brand. Okay, and moving to, so many of its retailers have been warned that an upcoming shortage of products is pending. Unable to provide a clear timeline of recovery. This is very similar to Jaguar Land Rover hack, as it significantly affected operations as well. And there's a big difference, I think, in people look into cyber and think of cyber and they think of ransomware, and it goes deeper than ransomware. There's some operational procedures that can be significantly affected by malware, by cyberware. One moment, everyone. And then we'll get back to the Asahi shortage. Okay. Asahi is preparing to reopen its call center operations next week. Ensuring customer product supply to customer has been a top priority and begun partial manual order processing and shipment. Making every effort to restore the system as quickly as possible. Interesting to consider. Cyber is causing supply chain issues like that. Oops. Okay, so Discord also, a Discord breach through a third-party service has exposed user data, including names, usernames, emails, and last four digits of credit cards. Discord is scrambling to send damage control emails. Cyber criminals, scenic route, through third-party customer service provider. Scenic route was an analogy. The company explained how an unauthorized party breached Discord's customer service contractor and made off with user data. Small number of government ID images. Last four digits of credit card. Revoke access, notify authorities, send apologetic emails, and promise to do better. This is quite the article. Okay, we will continue with another article about the Discord hack. The unauthorized party gained access to information from a limited number of users who had contacted Discord through our customer support and or trust and safety teams to extort a financial ransom from Discord. Did not gain access to Discord directly. Small number of images of government IDs. The company is notifying impacted users now over email. All right. One of Discord's third-party customer service providers have been infiltrated. Discovered the incident took place on September 20th. Discord itself was not hacked. And again, we mentioned that the people who contacted customer support and or trust and safety teams. It seems as though that was handled well. Okay. There are a couple of interesting stories. One, a couple days ago, someone hacked the screen at Ford headquarters to protest RTO, return to office. A new policy was set forward by CEO Jim Farley, requires salaried employees to show up 4 days a week in the office. as the company prepares to move leadership, designers, and engineers into a new HQ later this year. Someone with access to Ford Motor Company's internal meeting room screens has configured many of them to include the words F star star CKRTO over the image of the CEO with a no symbol over their face. An employee went on, "We were promised that remote work is here to stay, and people built their lives around that." The remote work phenomenon of the last 6 years or so has been striking. And I've heard Mr. Wonderful Kevin Leary, member of Shark Tank, say, some of these members of the workforce that are coming in have never experienced in-person work, which is a good point. Some members that graduated post 2020 possibly always work remotely. There's a richness to working in person and a richness to working remotely. Most people, it depends on the the company. And as Mr. Wonderful Kevin Leary says, he thinks a lot of his best employees are remote, and that is a requirement of a lot of remote employees, or a lot of high quality workers, is that they do want to be remote. Okay, we'll continue. So, but this is a very childish way to go um it. Car maker confirms screen hijack, says probe underway. Thursday displayed an image. Social media sites started sharing the pictures, and that is part of the hyper networking system we are in. I don't think maybe 20 years ago, 25 years ago, maybe an incident like that happens in a corporate setting, it is not going to go so viral so immediately. And this is part of this new hyper networking s- e- environment we all live in, where information is distributed faster than even media companies are able to understand and adjust to. I remember hearing this recently, saying even media companies are having a hard time adjusting to the hyper networking cycles we're seeing through social media use in a wide scale, through algorithms of various social medias. It is incredible. Okay, we will continue. And so, even something like this, to go back to that, before even likely some members of the team, the executive team, can respond, this is already on social media. That would be my guess, is that we are in such a hyper networking state that a lot of this gets put out into the ether. And you can see this across many different domains in current events, not just information security domains. It appeared at Ford's Dearborn headquarters. White-collar staff remained hybrid or remote. Factory workers returned to plants earlier in the pandemic. Okay. Red Hat confirms GitLab instance hack data theft. Hackers claim to have stolen 28,000 private repositories, including data associated with major companies that use Red Hat services. Confirmed one of its GitLab instances was hacked after a threat actor claimed to have stolen sensitive data belonging to the company and its customers. A GitLab instance specifically used by Red Hat consulting team. Crimson Collective claimed to have stolen 570 gigabytes of compressed data from 28,000 private repositories. Source code, credentials, secrets, and configurations, as well as customer engagement reports. Gained access to Red Hat customers' infrastructure. Attempted to extort Red Hat, but based on information, their attempt failed and the company had a very limited interaction with the attackers. As many as 800 Red Hat customers' information was obtained, and it lists some very sensitive government and private organizations. They removed unauthorized parties' access, isolated the incident, and contacted the appropriate authorities. An investigation is ongoing. Not uncommon for extortion groups to make exaggerated claims. No PII, typically. And then this is from GitHub quote, GitLab quote. No breach of GitLab's managed systems or infrastructure. GitLab remains secure and unaffected. The incident refers to Red Hat's self-managed instance of GitLab Community Edition, our free open core offering. Customers who deploy self-managed instances on their own infrastructure are responsible for securing their instances, including applying security patches, configuring access control, and maintenance. GitLab encourages all self-managed customers to update to the latest version of GitLab and follow all security recommendations and best practices to secure their instances. Unquote. That makes sense. Okay. Tech giant Red Hat has acknowledged that it investigated a security incident. Multiple organizations that we've mentioned, private and public organizations. The group claimed to have found authentication codes, database connection strings, VPN configs, CI/CD pipeline secrets, and other sensitive operational files capable of facilitating access to downstream customer environments. Associated with Red Hat's consulting arm, not its product engineering or core software repos. Can't verify the hacker's allegations. No reason to believe the issues impact other products or services. Okay. Hacking group claims theft of 1 billion records from Salesforce customer database. Notoriously predominantly English-speaking hacking group has launched a website to extort its victims. And we've spoken about this group for months. Website first spotted by threat on Friday aims to pressure victims into paying the hackers to avoid having their stolen data published online. Gang allegedly hacked dozens of high-profile companies over the last few weeks, breaking into cloud-based databases hosted by Salesforce. Hacker site lists several alleged victims. Demand that the company Salesforce negotiate a ransom, threatening to otherwise leak all the customer data. No further comment. All right. So thank you, everyone. Take care. Hopefully, you're all having a great weekend. And hopefully, everyone